Pow pow. That is the theme of the next segment. No, we're getting into a segment called You Gotta See This. We are posting a link to a great video that I saw the other day. Be sure to check it out on our YouTube or follow. You should be able to click on the links across all platforms, but it will be for the segment You Gotta See This. We're talking about the GR1 Anvil Gauss gun.
Dang.
So, yeah, this is a video by host Ian McCullum. I don't know why this came up on my YouTube, why it was recommended, but it was, and I watched the shit out of it. Host Ian McCullum has a channel called Forgotten Weapons. It's really cool. They do a lot of different stuff. They do old antique weapons, mostly firearms, and then they do guns that are like original models as well. But this one is a gun of the future. So this one has not been forgotten yet. It's just actually being remembered. A Gauss gun. So it's also known as a coil gun. And it's a mass driver that uses electromagnetics to accelerate a projectile through the barrel. So there's no combustion. There's no powder. It just essentially like has coils along the barrel, and as the bullet moves through, or as the projectile moves through, it like activates the powerful electromagnet and fires it out the front of the gun.
This is Top Thrill Dragster of guns.
This is Top Thrill Dragster of guns. This is
What?
Buckle up, ba-boom.
Does whoever the operator of the gun have to say that every time before he shoots? Please keep your hands and arms inside the shell at all times.
Yeah, I wish Ian McCullum's like a really nice guy, but he just was like, this is just so neat. This is so neat. He's a great guy. He's really nice. He got the ponytail. He kind of reminds me of you in a lot of ways. But anyway, great host of this show. Gives you the full breakdown and then goes out in their range and actually like fires it at a target. So it's really cool. But the thing I brought this up for was so weird is that it's a small company called Arc Flash that is building these, and they essentially built this from the ground up. So it's all like custom, like robotic printed material. Everything is custom developed around the gun. So it's not like a typical just metal, a big honking Magnum that's just like, oh yeah, this is a killing machine. It's actually like an insane piece of technology that is so weird to me. And the reason really being is that he starts talking about capacitors and batteries, and you're like, is this a DeLorean or what?
Yeah.
Like,
this thing looks futuristic, man.
Doc, come on, Doc. But anyway,
Are these D-cell batteries?
No. So it's a custom designed lithium battery, and this is why this gun can exist, because it's kind of like Tesla cars and stuff. Lithium batteries have just come such a long way that they hold so much power.
Okay.
And so he's like pointing out in the video that like the batteries you can't dump power out of batteries very quickly. They're more like a long draw. And so what these capacitors do is take energy out of the battery and store it. And then they have a release, like electronic release. And it's just like, that's what gives you the quick, because that bullet is moving so fast down the gun. The coil like has to activate not before, but when the projectile is starting to pass through it to continue the acceleration.
So did you, when we watch this, when we see this,
Yeah.
I'm just curious right now, is this like a musket where it's like, it's got to light the fuse and then it's like, you're still aiming, it's like, or is it like instant, like,
So
like
this is what's really cool. This is, okay, so let's get down into it. Because like the other thing that like really blew my mind, I'm getting such a fanboy. It has all the bells and whistles on it. So it has computer readouts and screens and knobs and all this crap that you can custom the weapon to fit what situation you're in. This is a very alpha type gun. It's not in its beta. It's not even range worthy, right? They have a lot of kinks to work out. But the crazy thing is they have like temperature readouts on the gun, because every time the gun goes off, it is a Gauss rifle, whatever. It creates heat in the barrel of the gun because it releases like all that energy in there, and it could get up pretty hot. Like I think it was like 70, 80 some degrees in the barrel. It gets hot.
Yeah.
But as you were saying, it looks straight out of Gears of War. Like it is a honking thing. It's 8 or 7 capacitors on it. So there's 2 like in the stock, and then the rest are in the barrel. So it's got this squareness to it. It's not like a sleek rifle. It's like this huge thing. But yeah, it's got all these screens to keep track of how fast the projectile left the barrel and the readout of the gun. But like what you were saying, is it a flintlock rifle or is it you gotta light the fuse?
Yeah.
There's a laser on the end of it, and when you pull the trigger, it's like a 2-action trigger. So when you pull it in the first stage, that's when the computer, there's literally a computer in this gun, and that's crazy to say. There's a computer in this gun. And so it charges all the capacitors out of the battery, and the laser on the end will light up to full power, and that's when you know that your charge is ready. So it starts off blank. You get a little beat on it, so you get an aim, and then it charges, and then full laser. You fire it out.
It's like a portable camera here to do the flash. It's like,
Yeah.
wee.
Yeah. I wish Ian McCullough was like doing that when he was firing it on the range. That would be so cool. But he would just be like, and just a moment.
Here we go.
That's the other crazy thing. It doesn't make a noise because there's no combustion.
Yeah,
there's no compressed directed explosion.
What are you shooting? You shooting like paper clips?
Literally
Marshmallows.
Darts?
You're shooting. You can
Arrows?
The cool thing is you just go to a supply store and get like the 1/4-inch metal dowel rods,
Oh, shit.
and there was 3 different sizes of magazines, and you adjust the stock to fit the mag, and then it goes in, and then it just fires out. And literally, it's just solid metal because it's electromagnets.
That's scary.
Modern wars will be waged at Lowe's and Home
Yeah. We need some ammo. Oh, there's a Home Depot over here on 23B exit. Oh, shit, we passed it up. Goddamn.
All the rednecks are at Farm and Fleet.
Yeah.
Just-
I
Anyway.
get these cheap ones at Harbor Freight.
Yeah. Those aren't good enough, though. You got people just like shooting out like spears of metal just through these giant coil cannons.
That's a 3/4-inch pipe.
People just getting skewed on rebar, just flying out over the battlefield. But
Or do they just get like a handful of ball bearings and like dump them in?
Oh,
There you go. Taking that to the zombie world, man.
it's like paintball guns, but just with metal beads.
Damn.
But so the interesting thing was, just to wrap it up on the segment, because I want to talk really quickly about some other stuff on it, but it had a problem with tumble. So as the projectile would come out, it would rotate because it's not a bored thing. Here's the interesting about a regular rifle. It's rifled, like it has the grooves in it that rotate around the barrel. The projectile actually never touches the wall of the barrel of the gun because it's
I can relate.
Yikes.
Gonna have to edit that one.
That's why it comes out with so much velocity, chaos all over the place.
Jesus Christ.
And so there's that problem. And then the other problem is that it could literally kill you if you have any type of electronic health device on you. So like if you had a pacemaker and fired it, it essentially like it explodes an EMP in the area, which is what an electronic
Electromagnetic pulse.
This guy.
Nice.
DJ, better late than never. A little late, but you were there.
Oh my God. Okay. Assassination attempt is like, okay, I'm going to be this guy's bodyguard, but you're not his bodyguard. And you're like, all right, who do you want me to kill? And you're like standing right next to him, and you know he's got a pacemaker in, and then you just shoot that thing, and he dies.
You
like,
just shoot it in the air, and it just goes,
yeah.
Phew. And everyone's like, what was that?
What was that?
And the guy just falls to the ground.
Wasn't me. I was pointing that
The
way.
gun was pointed up there. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway,
It's the future.
we don't have enough time. I wish we did to start getting into what do you think the guns of the future are. Maybe we'll circle back in a rewind.
Yeah.
But you guys got to see this. The GR1 Anvil Gauss gun by Arc Flash. It is a cool video, and I give a lot of credit to Ian McCullough. I'll probably be back mostly just for him. He's a nice guy, does a good job explaining everything, and just likes technology. So go check that video out in the links around our video.